Hi, welcome back to Nailed It with Elegance. I hope that you will enjoy today's tutorial. I've sped up the video component because it's just too long, and I'm going to try to do a nice voiceover here and kind of explain what we're going over. This is Beetles Polish number 342 that we have used on this swatch stick, and I've overlaid it with Lily Cute holographic top coat polish, and then I've stamped it with a floral design so that through the flowers comes the holographic glitter. So that's Beetles Polish 342. It's a cranberry with a layer of Lily Cute and flowers over that. This is Beetles Polish as well, and it's two colors ombre'd together. Those two colors by Beetles Polish are 448 and 449, and you can see where it goes through a beautiful sunset transition. And again, it has a layer of Lily Cute holographic polish, which I'll show you at the end how it's done, and the Lily Cute polish in between those layers so that it peekaboos through the flowers. There's 449 and 448 by Beetles Polish. Now we have a beautiful spring color by Beetles Polish, number 449, simply topped with Lily Cute. There's the polish, and then floral over that. There we have 450 and 449, and that is ombre together, also having a beautiful sunrise effect. As you can see, the colors transition one to the other. And here we have a beautiful sunny day with Beetles Polish 450, colored in gorgeous flowers and some holographic. So that beautiful sunshiny spring color, number 450 by Beetles Polish with Lily Cute. Here we have 339, beautiful, topped with Lily Cute and a floral pattern overlaid across the top, giving those flowers a little bit of a sparkle. And this is 330, Beetles Polish 330. It's a beautiful red, topped with Lily Cute and flowers. You can see those flowers really sparkle. And the last polish is by Rosalind, and Rosalind is a gorgeous polish color, and this one had glitter inlaid in the polish. I didn't have to top it with a glitter topper. This Rosalind is a 15 milliliter bottle. I just ordered it, absolutely beautiful, and I wanted to feature it with the other spring colors because I thought it was appropriate, and it blended quite nicely. In a little while you're going to get to see a full set of nails with that Rosalind polish. Gorgeous spring color, and there it is. The index finger and the ring finger have the Rosalind polish. The middle finger and pinky finger do as well, but they are topped with a lace overlay. Across the cuticles I have put rose gold cubic zirconian stones to set the set from casual to more semi-formal, and it is beautiful. The holographic colors are really evident in natural light, sort of a rainbow iridescence or a mermaid color, and they shift purples, golds, silvers, just beautiful in the natural light. This spring collection was really lovely, had a lot of variety. You could do a full set with them, or you could use them as feature nails. Index, ring finger, perhaps just one finger, but a full set would be beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over how to do some of those designs so you can see that even though they're beautiful, they're still very simple. So we're going to use Beetles Polish 449 and 450. and I'm putting across the base of the nail the yellow, and then I'm going to cover the end of the nail in the 449, and I'm going to give it that sunset look. Now typically people like to use feathered brushes, which is basically a detail brush that has two or three different lengths, so that it drags the two colors of polish together. But you can accomplish the same thing with a toothpick or an orange stick, and you can just basically drag the two colors together, and it makes for a beautiful ombre. And then what I'm doing is I'm tracing along the cuticle line to pull the polish back up to the cuticle edge. When I get an effect that I like, I allow it to self-level, and then I put the nail in the curing light. And you can see how when you're showing somebody, how to do this, even in a high power LED light like I have, each time you cure the nail, it takes about 30 seconds in that curing light. So it can make a video very, very long, even if you're just demoing two nails. So that's why I sped this up the way I did. So what you see me doing is going back and adding a second layer of polish and blending them together. This is a similar principle that I use for marbling or for a flame effect. So now I'm going to take the Lily Cute holographic polish. I'm showing it to you. It comes in two different style bottles. They don't give you a large amount, but it doesn't seem to take much. The beautiful color shift in the light, you can see a little bit there. Doesn't necessarily translate in the video on the nail, I've noticed, as much as it does when I bring the bottle up real close to the camera there. But that is what it looks like times 10 in natural light. It's just beautiful. On the nail under the camera, it seems to look more like a glitter overlay, sort of a silver glitter overlay, but it has that beautiful color shift like a mermaid top coat in the sunshine. It's beautiful, and that's what really makes the flowers over the top pop. See, you don't really see that color shifting, but it really is noticeable out in the natural light. It's just breathtaking. You can imagine how the flowers would really jump off the nail with those holographic reflective colors coming through. That ombre turned out nice, didn't it? It blended rather well, and it wasn't hard at all. Now what you're going to see me do is kind of do a real quick demonstration of how to do an overlay or stamping of flowers. You can see several different designs on that flower plate. This is Nicole Diary stamping polish. Now I've tried to use regular polish. It's not as pigmented, it dries too quickly. There is a difference when you use stamping polish. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, if I sit here and I wait and I delay a little bit, even with stamping polish, it won't pick up well. So I'm going to show you that. You saw a little bit of a pause, and it didn't pick up well, did it? You have to be quick when you're doing stamping overlays. This is a lint roller. This is how we clean our little stamper. It's a jelly-like stamper. It came nice and clean on a lint roller. So now what we're going to do is we are going to clean off the nail plate, and we're going to do it again the right way. So you can see that when we applied the stamping the second time without delay, we got a perfect pickup and a perfect transfer to the nail. So it worked out beautifully. Time is of the essence when it comes to stamping, even with the right stamping polish. So I'm putting a top coat over my stamp to set the stamping in place. Now when we do the next nail, we're going to ombre two different colors, and we're going to use a different stamping design. What you see me doing is wiping off the inhibition layer or the sticky layer with some isopropyl alcohol. I have no wipe top coat that doesn't leave an inhibition layer, but for this demonstration I'm just using a standard gel top coat, and it leaves a little bit of a sticky layer and you just wipe it off. So for this nail we're going to try for a sunset effect. And there you see me blending them both together with the toothpick. And as I'm doing that and working my way down to the end of the nail, that ombre is starting to come through, but the red is a little stronger than I'd like. So I go all the way down to the end of the nail, and it looks nice, but the red's sort of dominant. So I'm going to go back with some more orange and blend it out, which actually ends up working nicely. But what I do this time is I back my way towards the cuticle to drag the orange up into the red. And then I just let it self-level a little bit so the two blend together beautifully, and hit it with the curing light. If you like the way it's blended, you want to get it in that curing light. 448, 449 Beetles polish. Those are the two colors we just blended. And I liked it. I thought it was beautiful. And even though it wasn't a perfect blend, I knew that I would be going over it with a floral print, and the colors would look lovely. So we have another bottle of Lily Cute. It's a slightly different holographic top coat. And I was going to show you more than one holographic top coat by Lily Cute, so I pulled the second variation of it out. They're all holographic, but they're different consistencies. This has a more sand-like consistency. Beautiful though. Beautiful, beautiful holographics. You see how they are more evident when they're close to the camera, and when further away it kind of translates almost like a silver glitter top coat, but in the sunlight you see the holographics. It's just beautiful. Now you could leave this nail with absolutely nothing other than that top coat, and it would be gorgeous all by itself. But for today, because we're doing our spring series, they'll all be topped with flowers. But take a second and just notice when we take this nail out of the curing light how gorgeous it really is all by itself. So when we go to put a top coat or a floral overlay over this nail, we're using a different flower pattern. So you have a chance to just kind of see some minimal variety. The card that I'm using to scrape the stamping plate comes in handy to remove polish that you don't want on the nail. It just picks up right on top of that card, and that way I'm not getting anything on the nail that I don't want. Now what we're going to do after I get some top coat on this nail is we're going to add in some detail to the flowers. Very easily done, but it really makes a more beautiful finished look to the flowers. It's a good idea to clean your stamper between each use so that the polish doesn't dry on the nail, on the stamper, excuse me. It's not that you couldn't get it off, it's just easier to get it off before it's completely dry. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be putting some detail with 448 and 449 on those flowers that we just stamped. So I took the two polishes that I used to ombre the nail, and now I'm going back and dotting the nail in the center of each flower with a coordinating color. So where the nail is ombreed more orange towards the end of the nail, I center up each flower with a dot of that orange, making them more realistic and detailed. Where the nail is red, I use a red dot in the center of each flower, and where it's transitioning in the middle, I mix what's left of the two colors and center a dot in the center of each flower, so that the centers of the flower match the underlying floral base of red or the underlying orange. So I'm going to do the same thing with the middle finger. It just adds a finishing touch that makes it more beautiful and realistic. So since I used the orange and the yellow, I'm putting two dollops, little dollops of orange and yellow. I'm going to center the flowers with yellow where the nail base color is yellow. I'm going to center the flowers with orange where the base of the nail is orange. Then I will take a little bit of both colors and work them together and center up the center of the nail with those colors sort of blended together. It adds a lot of beautiful detail, and it makes the flowers look a lot more realistic. Adding a little bit of a 3D effect as well, because those dots are raised up just a little bit due to the polish thickness. Then you top coat it, cure it, and it's all set in place. You have to admit, it's a beautiful finished effect, a beautiful artistic effect. You're generally not going to get this without some serious upcharges in your average nail salon or mall. But you can learn to do it It's not very hard, and I'm happy to show it to you from my little home studio. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope you enjoyed yourself. Like and subscribe. I appreciate the support.